Morning, David. Hey, can I use your shower?
What's wrong with yours?
Oh, I don't know. I keep passing out in there. I think I got a gas leak.
Well, just hurry up, because Mary Ann's going to stop by on her way to work.
Ooh, the ex-wife? Oh, I bet that's going to be a bad scene, huh?
There is no acrimony between Mary Ann and me. She was unfaithful. We got a divorce. I've accepted the fact that she was unfaithful. I mean, it does me no good to keep blaming her just because she was unfaithful.
Hang tough, David. I'll be thinking of you in the shower.
I'd rather you didn't. Oh, hi, Mary Ann. Come on in.
Hello, David. I love your apartment. It's the perfect place for a writer. Clean, sparse, no expensive distraction.
Well, there won't be once you leave.
Anyway, I found this box of our old videos. I think some of them belong to you.
Oh, sure. Let's see, Sound of Music, mine. Dr. Dolittle, mine. Willy Wonka, mine. She-Devil, yours.
Listen, David, you've been on my mind a lot lately, and there's something that I wanted to say to you.
Mary Ann, don't. It's over between us. You know, the truth is that I'm seeing someone else.
So am I. That's what I wanted to tell you.
You two-bit slacker! I was lying!
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. That was just a knee-jerk reaction. I'm happy for you, Mary Ann.
So you really aren't seeing anyone?
Well, no one in particular, but, you know, I'm getting out there, testing the waters, exploring different options.
Hey, David. You're out of conditioner.
Larry, got a minute? I just came from marketing.
Really? Did your mum let you ride in the basket?
Yeah. Good one. I'd match wits with you, but I just don't watch Benny Hill. Anyway, our research indicates that Stuff Magazine isn't reaching a certain demographic, namely readers between the ages of 73 and, well, fertilizer.
And what do we do to attract this invaluable wedge of the pie?
Well, I don't know. Write some articles that'll grab them by the short gray curlies. Maybe something like how to repair your own hip.
You know, they say that youth is wasted on the young. In your case, so is food and oxygen. Ah, Preston. Bring on the donuts.
No donuts today. I brought fruit.
Fruit.
What gives you the right to play God?
Well, thank you very much. I spend my morning selecting the finest and ripest fruit for you people, and what do I get? Zero gratitude and a nasty bite from a banana scorpion. Well, that's what it looked like.
Oh, what a cranky wanky.
Is everything okay, David? You seem a little tense.
You know, if you don't mind, I'm a little tense, so I don't need someone telling me how tense I am.
Can I say something? You're wigging, and it's poisoning my world.
Did something happen this morning?
No. I ate breakfast. My ex-wife came over. She told me she had a new boyfriend. I beat the crap out of my refrigerator with a mop, and here I am.
David, after a divorce, it's normal to feel jealous. But you better deal with it, or you'll end up a bitter old man sitting on some park bench feeding pigeons and mumbling to yourself.
Well, first of all, that sounds very relaxing. And second of all, I am not bothered by Mary Ann's new boyfriend.
Baloney.
I am not. In fact, I'm thinking of having them both over for dinner. And you can come too, just to see how well I handle it.
Oh, I get it. You want an attractive woman on your arm just to make your ex-wife jealous.
Great idea. Harlow, do you have a wig and a dress?
No. But I have a tube top and a sunbonnet.
That's a mental picture I want lasered out of my brain.
Well, that smells interesting. What is it?
Well, Mary Ann's kind of a health nut, so I made her favorite. Meatless, cheeseless, noodleless lasagna.
So basically, we're having air for dinner.
Well, actually, that has less fat than air.
David, if you feel no emotional connection to Mary Ann, why are you going through all this trouble?
I'm not going through any trouble. And I could care less whether she likes it or not. Wait a minute. Where's the parsley? Parsley is the cornerstone of the entire meal. Without parsley, it will be awful. Mary Ann will hate it. Well, I guess cilantro will work.
Hey, David. Hi, Kelly from the office.
You can't stay here. We're doing a grown-up thing tonight.
Don't worry. I'm not. I just got back from shopping at the food warehouse, and I've got to unload a lot of institutional-sized groceries. But you know that 20 bucks I owe you? I'm paying you back.
Great.
In mayonnaise. Yeah, I got a whole pallet. If you send in 10 lids, you get a free jar. I figure I'll claim mine by Tuesday.
Well, if you're still alive, call me and we'll celebrate.
Derek, maybe you ought to go. David's a little nervous about meeting Marianne's new boyfriend.
I am not nervous. In fact, I can't wait to meet him.
Hi, David.
Oh, hi, Marianne. And you must be Mark. It's wonderful to meet you. Hey, great mustache.
Thanks. I grew it myself.
He's a keeper, Marianne.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm normal.
Look, David, I know this is kind of awkward, but I really appreciate you having us over.
Well, you know, we're all grown-ups here.
Not me. I really admire you, David. I mean, it would rip me up inside to see my woman with another guy, the two of them staring into each other's eyes, toweling each other off after a long, leisurely shower.
Derek! If I give you 10 bucks, will you leave?
Sure.
Don't spread it all in one place. Everybody, please sit down. Dinner will be served in a minute. Marianne, I made your favorite. Vegetarian lasagna.
Actually, I'm not a vegetarian anymore. Mark has helped me develop a taste for meat.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
I thought this didn't bother you.
I'm fine. So, Mark, what do you do?
Well, I'm in between jobs, actually.
Well, okay, just to nail this down, you're unemployed.
Yeah, I got bored working at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, so I'm entertaining a few offers from some of the better super colliders.
Well, I'm sure something will turn up.
Mary Ann tells me that you're a reporter.
Cub reporter.
Cub in the sense that soon I will burgeon into a powerful journalistic jungle cat ready to pounce on a story or any interloper who happens into my den.
Oh, my God.
I think some of us could use a drink.
Or a tranquilizer dart.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? I have beer, hard liquor, and, let me guess, Mark, white wine spritzer.
Actually, white wine would be lovely.
I'll give you a hand with those drinks.
You know, I think this is going pretty well, don't you?
Well, everyone's still alive, if that's what you mean. David, you've got to pull yourself together.
I am fine with this. In fact, I want them to be together. He is odd-looking, though, don't you think? Here we go. Here's to the brand new couple. Hey, well, you kids can't toast each other if you're sitting so far apart. Scoot a little closer. That's it. Mark, relax. Put your arm around her. Ta-da. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh, why don't you two just get a room?
Hey, you want to go to lunch?
Can't. I'm taking Marianne and Mark out to apologize for last night. You know, I realize that I really am having trouble putting my marriage behind me. I'm gonna get some serious help.
Great. So you're going to go see a therapist?
Nope. I'm gonna flip through some of these magazine articles. All these articles about how to cope with divorce. Let's see. Welcome to Splitsville. May divorce be with you. Divorce, how to blame it on the kids. Oh, what's this? The divorce ceremony. The road to emotional and spiritual closure, written by Kelly Freeman.
Now, David, don't read that.
Wait a minute, what is this?
It's just an article I write about some dumb new age thing. It's like a wedding, but in reverse. People write vows of independence and give back their rings, stuff like that. It's a crock.
A crock from the gods? This is just what I need.
Hi, David.
Marianne, I'm sorry about last night. I guess I just was having trouble dealing with our divorce, but now I know just what to do. It's all right here in this article.
Man from Paraguay eats own head.
No. This article about the divorce ceremony. See, we get to write our own vows of separation. We burn our marriage license. It'll be symbolic, like the way you burned me by having sex with that graduate student on my writing mower.
You did what?
He was on the dean's list.
Oh, wow.
I really need to do this.
It just seems kind of silly.
If I've ever meant anything to you, then please, you have to do this for me.
How high up on the dean's list?
Well, it's obvious that you have moved on, and I have to do the same.
Well, David, if you really think this will help you...
Wait. I want this to be perfect. Marianne, will you make me the happiest man on earth and say that you'll divorce me?
What the hell?
She said yes! I'm walking on air.
Larry, I brought someone from our focus group. She represents that demographic we still haven't cracked. Dolores, come on, let's go. That's right. Good, that's right. I want you to tell Mr. Dunhill about the kind of things you want to read about in Stuff.
Well, I'd like to see celebrity profiles, human interest stories, and maybe some candid shots of animals in unexpected poses.
She's just described virtually every issue of Stuff.
Well, isn't there something else you want to say?
Yes, I want some pudding. You said there'd be pudding.
It's been my experience that there's very little pudding in life. And when there is, it's usually covered with that nasty skin.
I like the skin.
Goodbye, Dolores.
Kelly, I've been working on my divorce ceremony vows. How does this sound? Marianne, you betrayed me on my riding mower. Get out of my life, you cheating whore.
It's hauntingly beautiful. What's with all the brochures?
I'm treating myself to a little post-divorce honeymoon at Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Superman took Lois Lane to Niagara Falls. Then he lost all his powers. Don't go to Niagara Falls.
Hi, David.
Marianne, what are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood taking care of some last-minute details for our reception.
Reception?
Well, sure. If we're going to have a divorce ceremony, we have to have a reception. And since it's a wedding in reverse, the groom pays. Now, try not to get too nostalgic, but here's a stack of bills.
You hired a full orchestra? An 8-tier cake? Oh, my God. 20 pounds of heroin?
That says herring.
Well, for that price, you might as well get heroin.
Well, it's too late to alter the plans. I've already invited 150 people. Well, I'm off to the Waldorf.
But don't tell me that the ceremony is going to be at the Waldorf Astoria.
No, I'm just meeting Mark there for a nooner. The divorce will be at the Ritz. Bye.
What am I gonna do? I can't afford this.
I told you should have gone to see a therapist.
I wish I had. It'd be cheaper if we just dug up Freud and reanimated him.
Look, David, if it's a question of money, maybe I can help you out.
Kelly, I think I have just a little bit more pride than that. So, Mom, Dad, I need lots of money.
Well, a wedding ceremony is paid for by the bride's parents, so I guess a divorce ceremony should be paid for by the groom's parents. Don will cut him a check.
I have a plan. Why don't we all meet on the planet Earth 2 weeks from now and discuss this further?
Sweetheart, the idea of a divorce ceremony is a healthy and marvelous one.
She's right.
In many cultures, rituals like this are used to exorcise the demons of the subconscious.
Exactly.
Perhaps you should hire a shaman.
Now, that's just nuts.
The point is, if David needs our help, then we should be there for him.
Mom, you're the greatest.
Lennon.
But Penelope, have you seen these bills?
Well, it doesn't have to be this lavish. Well, you could have the ceremony at Mary Ann's house.
It seems reasonable.
And it's the least Mary Ann could do since she never had us over for dinner.
Well, it was pretty much that and the adultery that made me realize I had to get out.
Well, I still think the whole thing is ludicrous, but to show you that I can be a good sport, if Mary Ann will agree to scale back, I'll spring for the bar tab.
Dad, you're the greatest.
Tweed.
David, what are you doing here?
Here's the thing, Marianne. Now, I know you had your heart set on a big divorce, but there's been a slight change in plans.
How so?
It's going to be small here and in 3 minutes.
What about all the arrangements? What about all the guests?
I called everybody and I canceled everything. I was able to whittle down our guest list to just a small group of my closest friends. Come on in, everybody.
You jerk. Lucky for you, I'm a gracious host. Hello there. Because I am so ticked off. Welcome. I confess you're skulling. Mom, Dad, hi. Well, I finally got you out to the house.
Yeah, right.
Congratulations. At least your loveless marriage left no spawn.
Hi, Marianne. I'll be your caterer. Where would you like me to set up the spread?
What kind of spread?
I'm not gonna lie to you, ma'am. It's mostly mayonnaise.
Put it over here.
Hey, Professor. Nice digs you used to have. Are you kicking yourself or what?
How did you find out about this?
Nothing a cold bath gets by me. Plus, I already knew where your house was. I dropped by back in '91 after you failed me on my midterm. You remember that flaming bag on your front porch?
I'm not likely to forget I was wearing sandals.
Score. Oh, Preston, this is my grandmother.
How do you do?
I have to watch her every Saturday.
And every Friday night, I pray to be taken in my sleep. Oh, pudding.
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing? The ceremony is about to start.
Yeah, I'm coming. But I was just looking at some of these old photos of me and Marianne. Here we are on our first vacation together.
You look very happy.
Yeah, we just made up after a big fight. And here she is giving me a Grecian urn on my birthday. A half an hour later, she threw it at me, just missed my head. She's really athletic.
Sounds like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, we had it all.
Come on. Time to take the plunge.
You look beautiful.
Don't talk to me.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here to unjoin David and Mary Ann from the bonds of holy matrimony. We begin with the traditional melting of the rings. You got the rings?
We do.
Throw them in, my children. Now, prepare to watch what happens when gold is heated to 1,000 degrees Celsius. It's really cool.
Stop! I'm sorry, I just can't go through with this.
What's your glitch, man? I mean, what's troubling you, my son?
That ring symbolizes 13 years of marriage, and I just can't part with it. Ow! Oh, boy. Hot ring! Hot ring! Hot ring!
What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Marianne. Coming back to this house brings back so many memories. I mean, what did we do wrong? I know what you did wrong because I caught you doing it.
I've had enough of this. I want everyone out of my house in 5 minutes or I'm setting my dogs loose.
Marianne, they're toy poodles.
The point is, I'm calling this whole thing off.
The hell you are.
But wait a minute, I thought you said this whole divorce thing was crazy.
Well, that was before I realized how much you need this. David, you've got to let go. You're holding on to the good parts of a lousy marriage. You have to hold on to the bad times.
God knows there were plenty of them.
She spent all your dough.
She was always rude to your parents.
She drove you to a low-paying job.
She cheated on you?
She even slept with me. Not really. Just trying to help.
All in all, she was a total control freak.
What a bitch.
Okay, he gets the point.
Well, I know that you're all trying to help, but it's no use. When two people have shared 13 years together, there's nothing that anyone can say or do to break a bond like that. Give me that. Step aside, Padre. I got me a ring to burn.